What's up, everyone? Pastor Matt from Susquehanna Valley Church. Glad you're checking in with us again today. Praying for you, and just, if there's anything we as a church can be doing for you right now, please, by all means, let us know. I want to talk to you about something that's near to my heart this morning, which is anxiety. And anxiety, if we understand it, I think it helps us to process it and kind of find a path to move out of it. So here's the deal with anxiety. It shrinks our perspective. When we feel anxiety, we only see what's wrong, how it hurts us, or what could go wrong about it. We don't necessarily count all the good things that could happen and all the other alternatives. We only see the possibility of what's wrong, what could hurt us, or what might go wrong. And so with the future, when we think about the anxiety in our future, when we have anxiety, the future seems small. When we don't have anxiety, the future seems big. When it's trouble, it's small. When it's not, it's big. So when the future is big in front of us, it's enlarged. We usually tend to think about what we can buy or what we can build. We're promoting our enjoyment and our comfort in life. So if the future's big, it's what can I buy, what can I build. When the future is small, we're not thinking about the big possibilities. We're thinking about the small, and we're thinking about the ones that can hurt us. So when the future is small, we think about what can break us or what can bury us. God's heart for us is that whether the future is big or small, we're not consumed with what can be bought or what can be built, and we're not consumed with what can bury us or what can break us. We're rather consumed with a word that the Bible comes back to again and again. It's kind of a foreign concept for us in an American culture that's kind of been despiritualized. It's the idea of blessing. So it's not broken or buried, it's not bought, and it's not built, it's blessed. And blessing has really very little to do with the material things that we have in life. It's got so much to do with the state of heart and confidence, enjoying God in the middle of whatever we're experiencing. So there's two things that I want to challenge you with. The first one is to be a blessed person, and then the second one is to bless others. We're going to focus on that, whether the future's small or whether the future's big. So we're going to be blessed. Luke 11, verse 27. As Jesus was saying these things, a woman in the crowd called out, "Blessed is the mother who gave birth and nursed you." He replied, "Blessed are those who hear the word of God and obey it." It's interesting. We often talk about Mary as if she was blessed because of her biological relationship to Jesus. And Jesus says, no, actually, you're more blessed because of a spiritual relationship to me. That it's not about the fact that flesh and blood is connected. It's about the fact that we hear the word of God and obey it. Look, I don't know in your world what you think being blessed is, if it's about money, if it's about having a big house or having a job or knowing all the right people, or about how much food you've got in your cupboard. Blessed to Jesus has everything to do with hearing and obeying the word of God. And that's where the scriptures paint this idea that it's kind of like if you're in the middle of a desert, you've got a shade tree and there's some water and the tree is bearing fruit, and you've got the choice to walk in the desert or to rest in the shade. That's the idea of being blessed. That because we know God, we hear his word, we follow after him, we enjoy the comfort, we enjoy the refreshment of being blessed by him. So we want you to be blessed, and we want you to bless others. Acts 20:35 at the end of it talks about it's more blessed to give than to receive. Again, our culture has for years taught us that blessing is a result of being a recipient of something. And Jesus says that's not true. Your heart and how he made you and how he designed you disagrees with that thought. It's more blessed to give than it is to receive. We often think about that just in terms of money. I don't think it's only talking about money. I think it's talking about any way you can have an impact on other people in a positive way and be a blessing to them. And that is better than you yourself being blessed. I can't stress that to you enough. And I would love for you to share in the comments below just one way you think that we can be a blessing to other people at this time. So just post that below, and we'd love to check that out. I want to give you one specific word of advice, word of caution in your efforts to be a blessing to somebody else. And it's this: be tactful about your blessing. So Proverbs 27:14, it's all about Solomon telling his kids how to be wise. And he says, if anyone loudly blesses their neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. So like if your idea of a blessing is you're going to sing a song loudly early in the morning to your neighbor, that's not going to win you any favors. you're not actually a blessing for anybody else. Your intentions aren't the only thing that carries influence. Your intentions aren't the only thing that carries influence. I tried is not often good enough. There's got to be wisdom that enters the party. I talk about it like this. It's the I tried trap. Well, I tried. I did it and it didn't work. Right, but did you try it wisely? Were you tactful? Did you think about how they wanted to receive the blessing? Did you think about whether the advice you gave them was given to them in love, or was it given to them as if they were stupid? Parents, we fall into the I tried trap all the time. We will try to teach our kids good things, but we'll do it with impatience and we'll do it with sarcasm, and the message is lost. It's not just trying to be a blessing, it's being tactful about being a blessing. Being a blessing to your spouse, be wise, speak their love language, figure out how to get that message across, right? So we're in a context where we're doing some self-quarantine. So it would be a silly thing to be a blessing to somebody else by going and giving them a giant hug. You're not tactful in your blessing. That's playing loud music early in the morning. Let's be intelligent about where we're at in life and do our best to be positive, not playing loud music when people are dead asleep. We'd love for you to be tactful in your blessings. Give us those ideas underneath, because the future is not about what you can buy or what you can build. It's not about what can bury you or what can break you. The future is all about you being blessed and blessing others.